Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mystery Sports Podcast. Whoa, what's just happened there? But hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mystery Sports Podcast. And today we will be talking about. Just sort this out. I can't believe that's just fallen. Yeah, bloody hell, that could have gone catastrophic there. The screen could have just fallen down then. Yeah, but we are going to be talking about Man United, and we are playing again Monday night as always for past couple of weeks, it seems that United are playing, and I think United, we've just got to deal with it and we've got to turn up, and we've got another chance probably with results happening, obviously, before United do play, to go and put themselves in a better position and be in top four possibly. So you're looking at, I'll do another video in terms of what I think will happen in the sport predictions for this weekend and the preview of the Premier League, the darts and stuff like that, and other sports that are going on. I do think that um, United, though, and on the Bournemouth game, obviously Ruben Amorim speaking just only a couple of minutes before his obviously his press conference before the game, and we'll get his views, in my opinion, on his kind of takes of the game. So we'll get straight into it, and Ruben Amorim is going to be asked questions on about Matthias de Ligt and Harry Maguire. Obviously, them two major centre halves, should we say, for the United. Obviously, they're both ruled out, and they are ruled. They've been ruled out for a couple of weeks now, and they are ruled out again against Bournemouth. So we won't be seeing the two centre halves there on Monday night. So what does that mean? Well, in terms of Matthias de Ligt, Ruben Amorim confirmed that it might be a back injury. He's not too sure, but he doesn't want to risk it. And you know what? Fair play. I don't think we should risk it with Matthias de Ligt because we know how important he is to United, and we look like a better team with de Ligt in that centre half position. So, not rushing de Ligt back is probably the ideal thing, I would say, for Ruben Amorim to do and for United as a team. So we're not rushing him back, and we're not like forcing him into the squad and possibly furthering his injury. That's the worst thing we could ever want for a player of the club, or even for anyone, really. So it will be another big miss of Matthias de Ligt. Harry Maguire, even though he's not starting every game, he's a clutch player, isn't he? Really, like you look at the goals he scored this year, and I think I said it in previous videos that the Grimsby game where he scores an 89th minute winner, uh, equaliser, sorry, the winner at Anfield, Leon, the winner there. So he's just one of those players who you'd love to have on the bench. If we are, let's say, on Monday night we're 1-1 or whatever, we're obviously at home. We're pushing for a goal. You stick Maguire up front, he's probably our best striker. Well, not on the ball, but just to ruthlessly finish the ball. He's probably our best striker, which is mental to say that Harry Maguire, a centre half, is our Man United's best number 9, who can just put the ball in the back of the net. But Maguire still a miss. He's not really said anything major what Maguire's injury actually is. We just know that Maguire will be out for the Bournemouth fixture, which is another miss. In terms of Shesko, he said that has been training and stuff, but Shesko has been ill during the week. I can see Shesko being in the squad this weekend. I don't think he will start, definitely not, considering the performance against Wolves and from the likes of Mount and Buemo and things like that. So I don't think Shesko will start, but then I do think he will get on the bench, and I think having Shesko there is just another attacking player that we can bring on. Let's say we like the scenario before, if we're 1-1 or something and we're chasing for a goal, you put Shesko on, you might get a goal. As an attacking player there, instead of Ruben Amorim bringing on these two centre halves like he likes doing, you can put Shesko on for like Xerxes or something, and then we might go and win the game. He might score the winner or something. That could be a scenario come Monday night. Um, you know, the 3 players, it's a miss. We do need them. We do need them back because in terms of like AFCON, obviously with Mbeumo, Ahmad, and Mazraoui all leaving for their AFCON competition. Well, the AFCON teams who are part of Morocco, Cameroon, and Ivory Coast are all part of the AFCON. I think it will be a big miss for those players, especially Ahmad and Mbeumo, because they've been our most attacking on slash creative players this year. And obviously Bruno Fernandes has stepped it up, and you look at his stats in like FPL and things like that. I think everyone's putting in Bruno Fernandes now because he's getting so many assists and obviously scoring as well. Like he bagged a brace against Wolves on Monday, and I wouldn't be surprised if the goal on, or the goal on Monday, if we United do score, does come from Bruno Fernandes, because I think he's at the moment he is our creative maestro, and he's consistently doing this year in year out. So I wouldn't be surprised if we did see Bruno Fernandes get um might get the goal or assist in terms of Monday night. I'm literally just writing my team here because I just forgot to do about the starting 11 and what I think he'll do. In terms of Mason Mount, he was Ruben Amorim was asked about Mason Mount and what he thought of Mason Mount, and he said that he's a very, very smart player and very technically gifted on the ball. And I 100% agree with Mason Mount. Mason Mount. I 100% agree with Ruben Amorim and what he's saying about Mason Mount. I think his that was his best performance in a United shirt on Monday night, and his goal was very well taken. I can't really see I can't really see anything wrong with Mason Mount the past couple of weeks. Like, he's been very he's not looked like his best, but he's looking like a different player, and I think he's starting to get that consistency there that we all wanted from Mason Mount, and that price tag that he had. I think James Maddison said that on the Monday Night Football, that he's getting back, and he looks like the player who he was a few years ago at Chelsea. And I think that is massive for Man United. We need that to be a huge thing. I think Mason Mount could be a huge asset as United, and look at the performances, look at the front three on against Wolves, and it just looked incredible. Um, like when I'm writing the team in here now, what I think Ruben Amorim will pick. Um, I don't know if I spelled that right, but it probably will be. Um, you just Mason Mount just looked amazing. And that's good. So what I go for my predicted 11, I'd go with something like this. So I'd go with Lemans in net, Shaw, Heaven, and Yoro. I think Yoro does need to start on this because I think he probably defensively will deal with some of the attacking threats, obviously from like Travanier, Semenyo of Bournemouth and things like that, Elvin Nelson as well. Bruno, Casemiro midfield, standard. Delo, he's looked very good recently, which is a massive turn up for turn of form for Delo. Ahmad definitely is the right wing back, and Wemo, Mount, Cunha is the front three. I'd play obviously Cunha higher because I think that's his kind of in the three players that we're playing there. I think that's more suited. But all three players that are in that front three can rotate through the sides. And let's say we are going to change the color of the pen. Let's say Shesko does play or is on the bench. I think we could definitely go and see the substitution like this. So you'd have Cunha as where Mount is, and then Shesko up front. So something like that. So you've got Cunha who goes into the Mount position, and then Shesko obviously up top, which could be a substitution that is made during the game on Monday night. I would also say if United do have to give a threat, because there's a bit of a doubt if the AFCON players will go. So Mbeumo, Ahmad, and not Yoro, and Shesko obviously may not be available for the fixture in terms of what will happen if the AFCON players are gone. I'm just writing this now. So we could see something like this for Ruben Amorim to do. So I think he might play Bruno in a bit of a higher position. He'll go something like this, I'm gonna guess. And then we'll probably play Ugarte. So let's say we do have players out. Sorry, and we've got another option that I think he might do as well. So he might go um, something like this. So there's a few options that Ruben Amorim can do in terms of what may happen in terms of with the AFCON players are out and stuff. So if the AFCON players out, so the black is what I think he initially might do. So let's just get that straight there. So obviously the back three stays the same, keeper stays the same. So Casemiro stays. Ugarte might play there, and Bruno might go in a higher position. Or Xerxes may play and Bruno stays in as the centre mid, and you play Cunha, Mount, Xerxes as your front three. That is probably an option. I would say Dorgu would probably play and Delo would play as the wing backs, just because I think if you want them full backs there, you've got someone who can um, some two players there who can definitely play that position. Delo's on his favoured side on the right, and Dogu obviously as the left wing back. But in terms of with the Afcon players obviously going to Ahmad, Mbeumo, and Mazraoui, there are players here. So a good thing for United is that we've got Martinez back, Shesko's coming back. I would say Delit and Maguire are probably back maybe next week after the Bournemouth game. So it is looking good, and United definitely can work around obviously not having Mbeumo and Ahmad, but it's just about United being clinical really. And Cunha, Shesko, Bruno, Mount have to be clinical in terms of their finishing and stuff. And I think personally I would want to see Mainu in this squad. Probably I wouldn't want to pick out Ugarte, but I think Ruben Amorim would probably go with Ugarte over Mainu. I'd love to see Bruno playing in the 10 because he's looked. I mean, against Wolves, he was playing in that more advanced position. I mean, it only is against Wolves. Let's just remind ourselves of that. But let's say we have Mainu in that midfield with Casemiro. I think Mainu's getting game time, and then Bruno's playing a high position, and the link up between Bruno, Mount, and Cunha can develop as well. Whilst obviously Mbeumo and Ahmad are out. I think Delo obviously playing on the right side. Hopefully, he keeps his form that it is at the moment because I think when Delo's playing like this, he is an asset to United. But I just don't see Delo being as good as like he isn't good enough for United. Like he's like a bit like McTominay. I like the guy. He looks like he's got an incredible attitude, incredible like motivation to do well for United. But I just don't think he's got the quality enough to go and win the game for United. In terms of my score prediction, I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 1-1. I think it'll be a draw. Bournemouth are not on the best sort of form, sat in 13th in the league, not 1 in 5. So, and they've only drawn 2 games. So United can definitely go win this game. I just don't see United being as clinical as they were against Wolves, against a well drilled side. As Ruben Amorim said, that the Wolves side they're a very good team. They're very well drilled. Obviously, United definitely can go and win. It's only 1 loss in 9, which is amazing for United. But I do see it being a draw and United getting a point from the game. Hopefully I'm wrong. I wanna say that I'm wrong, and I think United will go win 2-1, but I think in terms of what I overall think is that United will draw, and I just think Bournemouth are a very well drilled side, and we can't look like ahead of go expect to go in the game and be like, "Look, we'll turn up really well and we'll go and wipe the floor with them," because Bournemouth are a good side, and I don't think United, as well as we know, aren't that side who can just turn up to, like, the games against West Ham or Everton or even this Bournemouth game and be like, "Yeah, we'll go and easily win 2 or 3-0." We're not that kind of side. Maybe Wolves is different because how shocking they actually are, and obviously we do play them at the end of the month in December, so hopefully that is another 3 points there. Don't wanna jinx it, but I think United, I'd take a point, stay unbeaten. That's the main thing, and, if we can get the win, brilliant, even better. Go move ourselves onto 28 points, and let's say Palace were to slip up, Chelsea slip up, then we go ahead of them into fourth. Even hopefully Villa do slip up. Like if we look in terms of the fixture, well, yeah, in terms of the fixtures, we'll do. I'm going to go through what I think the scorelines will be in a later video. But let's say we go in terms of the fixtures. Why can't I go into this? Right. So Chelsea play Everton. It's Everton are up there, so hopefully they can have a draw there or something like that. Liverpool play Brighton, so another tight game there. And then on Sunday, we have there's quite a few games. So Palace play City. So if they can draw, that'd be brilliant. Like it's so and obviously it's, Sunderland versus Newcastle is probably the biggest game there. But there's so many games around the table here where if they do go in favour of United, and obviously Palace and City are so close together. Um, Sunderland, Newcastle, obviously Sunderland are there and Newcastle are getting there. And then you also do have Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, Everton. All them clubs are quite near each other and obviously within United. So if favourable results do go in United's way, United need to go and be in clinical and go and take 3 points on Sunday. But we do know how hard Bournemouth will be. In the last 2 games that Bournemouth have played at Old Trafford, they've gone and won 3-0. So we've got to be careful. But I do think United will get something out of this game, and hopefully it's more than just a singular point, and we go and get 3 points, move on to 28 points, and look like we're actually challenging for top 4. I think we are. We definitely have, and I said this at the start of the season where a lot of people kind of just laughed at me in terms of what I was saying, that if United get it together and they start putting goals in and get their act together like they are doing, then I think United can be a force and challenge for top four. But yeah, that is everything for today's video in terms of the United game. We will do another video in terms of the preview of the Premier League and the darts and stuff. But yeah, please stay tuned in for that video and please like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching. See you in a bit.